Hey mate, how are you?
What's up?
Good to see you again.
How are you?
You well?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Joe.
Noemi, nice to meet you.
What's your name, sorry?
Noemi.
Noemi? Oh, you're just dropping her off?
It's her birthday today.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, it's still warm, so
Fantastic.
you guys can have a cup of tea.
Yeah, brilliant. Good on ya. It's your birthday.
Today.
Happy
Yes,
birthday.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's so good. We're going to have cake later then.
Yes.
Happy days. Are you both Dutchies? Come and meet everyone. This is Marlon. This is Miles. He's driving the other bus. This is Carolyn. So we got Tessa, Jette, Janka, another Dutchie. How you doing? No? German. Oh, okay. Meet everyone. Miles. Hello.
Hannah.
Hannah. Nice to meet you, Hannah. Hey, nice to meet you as well. This is Miles. He drives the other bus. Marlon. Hello. I'm Joe. Nina. Nice to meet you. Laura. Hey. Kind of. I don't normally carry a cake around everywhere. Yeah, sweet. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There should be one more. Oh, 14. Yeah. Where are you from?
France.
France. How'd you pronounce it?
Ludo.
Ludo. That's easy. Ludo. Brilliant. All right, cool. I think that's everyone then. I'll count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, Carolyn 16, myself and Miles driving. Awesome. A lot of girls. It's always a lot of girls, yeah, like every trip. Tessa and Mark have traveled with me before. Miles is the other driver, so he's been driving for us for like on and off for a few years. So he's really good with the buses, knows his shit, but this is his first time doing a Perth to Adelaide trip with us. However, he lives in Albany, he's from Albany, he's grown up surfing all around the coastline and he's travelled the trip himself before. But if there's a few things, like I'll be giving him a bit of guidance just because he doesn't know all the places we camp and that sort of thing. But in terms of knowledge of the area and everything, he's got it all. He's just not done it with Road2Adventure. Who was traveling with who? I was like, okay, there's so many pairs. Do you mind just standing next to the person you're traveling with and making it quite clear, or maybe, yeah, link arms or something? You want to separate the pairs out so we're not just a whole bus of like couples, you know what I mean?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's you two are together, you two are together, you're not, you're solo, 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 together. All right. You guys travelled on this bus last time, didn't you? With Tom. So you'll travel with me this time, so you get just a different bus. So that's 4 people, so I need another 4. We got what, a pair here? And another pair here. So you 4 girls, can you just stand together over there? Is that all right? And we'll also give you a guy, so there's a guy on your bus. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're all individuals. Yeah? So that's 5. You 3 happy just to go there? That makes 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Marlon and Carolyn. 8, you're on my bus. Is that cool? Everyone happy with that? Brilliant. Go basically just jump onto the buses and choose a bed. You'll find 4 beds sort of stacked together because they're going because they know, but just stay here. They're probably trying to get their beds first. You guys can choose a bed, that's fine. That's the one priority you get. But yeah, there's 2 beds sort of in the middle that have another mattress on top. And that's because they pull out in the evening and go on the front seats. So you get a lot more headroom in those beds that are on the front seats and a lot better view, but they're about this much shorter than the other beds. So if you're short, it is good for you to take one of those beds. Maybe just, it doesn't matter if you're average height, but if you're height, what's your name again? Witzka. If you're Witzka's height, then yeah, maybe let her have one of the longer beds, if that's cool. Put your bags on or under the beds, and that kind of lets everybody know that it's yours. discuss it amongst yourselves. But obviously there's 2 mattresses on top of a couple of the beds. Miles will point you out in here, I'll point you out in there. You're gonna have to put both your bags on those beds to mark it's yours. If that's cool. Once that's done and you've scored your beds, have a seat, and then we're all gonna come into Miles's bus and just have a quick chat. Just to refresh Miles on the intro talk. And then we're gonna go do shopping and that sort of thing. All right? So make yourselves at home.
I'll carry you things. Oh, maybe I'll hop in first, and that way I can point you in the direction. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm going with you.
Coming in. Thank you. All right. Yeah, the back, yeah. So the front 2 beds are the ones that Joe was talking about. Yeah. So that means that you just leave your stuff on top of the bed, yeah.
How many beds are back there? How many
We have
people are
1,
there?
2, 3, 4 at the back.
And how many people are there?
How we got there? 3?
Okay,
2?
then
3?
Now just join them, I guess.
Guess and I'll get the shorty bed.
Well, yeah, it's not that much shorter to be honest, but yeah, it just means that your stuff has to be on top of the mattress, and then at the evenings you have to put it under there or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Or we can actually probably fit everyone's stuff under these. We can make it work. If you guys just want to come in, keep coming in.
Sorry, that's me.
That's alright. What was your name again?
Cassie.
Oh, yeah, nice to meet you. Hey man, what was your name, sorry?
Ludo.
Ludo?
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Yeah, good.
Sweet. How are we going at the back there? Everyone's got a bed at the back? Hello?
How about the back?
Is that all full?
So
that's-
here are 4 beds and they're taken now.
Okay, sweet. So everyone
Okay.
else at the front here, yeah.
So that's kind of Miles' room where it has his little privacy, so no worries.
Don't stress, yeah. But yeah, can't sleep in that one. And then, so who wants to take these 2? Who's happy to sleep on the mattresses that... So basically what Joe was saying is, see those front tables there? These mattresses slide out and they go on there at night. And there's curtains that go around. You actually get lots more headroom, so it's actually way more roomier than those little beds in there. The only thing is you just got to pull them out. So it doesn't, yeah, it's not a big deal.
I'll take them.
You're happy with that? Anyone else?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You don't mind? Okay, sweet. If
Do
you...
we pull the board out too?
Yeah, we'll have to do it now though. We can just, if we can get our stuff underneath the beds and get it away. So just wherever you're going to sleep, put your bags underneath the bed there. So it's all over.
And then where do we put our stuff?
You can try, we can see how we go for space. Get it all under the bed, that'd be great. If not, just leave it on top of the mattress. Or usually what happens is you figure out what you need every day, and then you just leave what you need on top of your mattress.
Yeah.
And then...
How you doing, Tessa?
Good.
You guys have been all over. You found me a new tour guide as well from Tasmania. She looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I reckon, will she make a good guide?
No, she was good.
Lauren.
Yeah, yeah, she's messaged
No,
me.
she did.
Yeah.
We talked about it and we were saying like it's so
Yeah.
great. So I think sounds really
She
good.
asked me what's the name on the
Yeah, she's-
Instagram, and I want to work for him.
Yeah, she's gonna
So-
send me a resume.
Yeah, but
Awesome. Yeah, gets a bit warm. Have you guys all got beds in this bus?
Yeah, it's all sorted.
All sorted. Good work. Is that one open, Marlon? We'll open this as well. Get a bit of ventilation through while we're here.
Oh no, just push it towards me.
You squeeze it.
Yeah, squeeze it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Nice.
Is that everyone?
I think so. Nobody's run off to the toilet or anything. Is anyone nervous? No. No? You're all very quiet. A bit nervous? Excited, good. This is a wicked trip. You're going to have an absolutely awesome time, I hope. And if you're not, we're doing something seriously wrong. But basically, yeah, we normally do this in 2 separate groups, but Miles he's had 2 years away or a year and a half away from driving a bus, so I'm just going to go through everything with both groups just to give him a refresher, if that's cool. You've all scored beds, brilliant. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how the bus works, where everything is, where to put your stuff, where to charge your phones, and then after that we're going to go to the supermarket and we're going to buy all your lunches and breakfasts for a few days. And we've already done the first shop for the first few nights for you, so that makes life easy. And then we're going to hit the road. The plan this afternoon is to go to Black Diamond Lake, try and get there for lunch and have lunch by a lake, go for a swim, take the stand-up paddleboards if we want to go out on the lake, and then to a place called Wellington Dam, where there's like a really cool dam wall that's all been painted. Anyone been to these places? No. Sound familiar? Nah, brilliant. And then we're going to camp on a winery tonight. They're going out tonight, the owners, and so we're going to do the wine tasting in the morning. So you can have wine.
Good way to start the day.
Yeah. Wine at 9 a.m. tomorrow, all right? They're a really lovely elderly couple that run it. They're like, he's, I think, 80 or something, and they're still picking their own grapes and everything like that. I phoned them this morning just to double check that they know we're coming. Unfortunately, they've just been hit by a bushfire, and so they've lost all their vines and everything. They've saved their house and stuff, so we might be camping. They said it's fine for us to come still, but there might be some devastation around there, which is a bit sad. So I don't know. It must have happened in the last couple of weeks, because it sounded like it was really recent. And they saved their houses, but they've lost their vineyards and a lot of damage. So yeah, we'll get to see that as well. But hopefully we can cheer them up a little bit. Okay, so the one thing I normally say at the start of a trip is, insurance-wise, we're a hostel on wheels. So we're insured and you're insured for like transport and accommodation. The activities that we do along the way are up to you. All right, so treat it like a hostel. If there's surfboards in a hostel and you borrow them, you can't sue the hostel because you drowned, or you're dead anyway. But if you know, injured yourself. So we're the same. We can't provide insurance for surfing. We can't provide it for you go snorkeling and hiking up mountains. And if you decide to do rope swings and jump off bridges and all this cool stuff that we generally do together, that's on your own back. If you're not happy with that, I'm afraid, goodbye. Is everyone comfortable with that? Yeah. Brilliant. Hopefully you've all got your own travel insurance. Of course, we do our best to look after everybody and help each other out. We carry first aid kits where we go. We carry a satellite phone, and we're both first aid trained and that sort of thing. But yeah, I just need to put that out there to cover my own ass, basically. My insurance also will not allow people on the roof. Doesn't cover you on the roof. I don't mind you going up there to sunbathe, but if you fall off, it's your own stupid fault, okay? Don't go up there if you're drunk. And yeah, don't sleepwalk or sleep up there and walk off or anything like that. Basically, we use the roof just as a sun deck and to have beers in the evening, watch sunset, that sort of thing. It's quite nice. There's a metal platform. You need to stay on the metal platform. The front half of the roof is just fiberglass and you'll break it, and the back half is solar panels. So just stay on the metal platform and you'll be fine. The way we get up is we drop this ladder down and we go up through the skylight. All right, but there's no safety rails or anything up there. And we tie the surfboards down up there as well. So yeah, don't sit on the surfboards. That's all right? Cool. Water, we've got 800 litres of water on each bus, which is a lot of water. But when you have, now when you have 9 people on a bus, it can go quite quickly if we're not careful with it. So you just need to be careful with the water consumption, mainly in the shower. It's hot water. It comes out, it takes a few seconds for the hot water to come through, especially if you're the first person, but you can't run out of hot water. It's instantaneous. So we've got, it could heat all 800 litres as you're using it. So if you're like, Joe, it's cold, it's not coming out, you maybe turn the tap the wrong way, or we've run out of gas. And then I just need to change a gas bottle, so you let myself or Miles know. Same with the cooker. If it's not working, we might have just run out of gas and we'll change the bottle. All right, but they last a long time. Showers, generally say just get yourself wet, turn the shower off, cover yourself in soap, and then rinse off. Please don't stand there like soaking up and doing it forever. If you need to do that a couple of times, shave your legs and wash your hair and that sort of thing, that's fine, but just don't leave the tap running. Same with dishes and brushing teeth and things. This is the only sink, so you have to spit down the sink, that's fine. We'll clean it out a little bit before we wash up in the evening. And then we generally half fill the sink with warm soapy water, not too much soap. And then we'll wash it all in there with the clean stuff first, the dirtiest stuff last, and then leave it to drain. We don't need to rinse everything. I've never got sick, and I've lived in buses doing it like that for 10 years or more. So a lot of people are like, oh, I need to rinse everything. But if you can try and get into that habit, it just saves a lot of water. The water should last us 4 to 5 days if we're good and careful. If it's not lasting us that long, then we're doing something a bit wrong. It doesn't cost us anything to fill up except for time. 800 litres can take like 40 minutes sometimes with the pressure of the taps. And so it's 40 minutes that we lose when we could be doing cool stuff. So we will have to fill up every 4 or 5 days, but we don't want to be doing it every 2-3 days. Cool. The fridge freezer all runs off solar power. All the power inside the bus is solar power. So we just need to make sure that we're not leaving stuff on that doesn't need to be on all the time. But generally it's pretty good. The lights can run all night. The fridge runs all the time. You can charge all your phones on the end of your beds. There's USB ports on the end of every single bed. If you need to charge laptops and things with a power point, that's underneath me here. So just there are some plugs, and that's where you can charge your laptops and cameras and stuff that won't take a USB. If it will take a USB, please use the USB ports. Otherwise, we have 100 cables under here, and then it will start fire or whatever. The fridge freezer works really, really well unless the door is being opened all the time, especially if it's hot. It just lets all the cold air out. And the other thing that people want is cold water to drink. And the water coming out the tap, because the bus sits in the sun all day, the water warms up underneath the bus, and then the water comes out lukewarm. So either get used to drinking warm water, but if you don't want to drink warm water, put that water in the fridge in the car, in the 4-wheel drive, okay? We use the 4-wheel drive fridge as a drinks fridge because it retains its temperature a lot better because it's an esky, and we're not then going to make all our food go off by putting warm bottles of water in the fridge and freezer. So drinks fridge is in the car, basically. If you want to have a beer while we're driving, you need to grab it out before we start driving. But you can't put your whole carton in there. You'll have to put like your beers and stuff under the seats, and then just put 2 or 3 that you're going to drink each day or whatever in the car fridge. Are you all following along? No one's fallen asleep yet? Nah. Once this is out of the way, it's all done and dusted. So that's fridge, that's shower, that's water, that's power. Toilet. All right, so grab the metal bar, bring it down, and then that will stay down like all evening when we're camped up and things. Toilet has just been cleaned. So it works like a macerator. It's a yacht toilet, like they get them on liveaboard boats, that sort of thing. It works on recycled water, so everything that's gone down the shower and down the sink. Toilet, here we go. All right, the toilet is like a macerator. You've all had smoothies, yeah? Blenders. It does the same thing with your poo. So it just chews everything up and spits it into a tank. You can't flush anything down there except toilet paper and what's been through your body. Not even flushable wipes. If they say flushable wipes, do not flush them. All right, the blade will just get blocked, and then nobody can use the toilet, and Miles has to clean it out, even if it's on my bus. It's just a nightmare. If you drop something down there, like a tampon, because you've forgotten, and you think, oh shit, I don't want to pick that out, I'll just have a go. Don't have a go. Pick it out. All right. There's a bin in the corner of the toilet. Wrap it up in toilet paper, put it in that bin, all right? Sanitary pads, wet wipes, anything like that. No wet wipes, no flushable wipes, down the toilet. Clear? Brilliant. That's the one thing we don't want to have to fix. The toilet works on the recycled water, so when you're flushing the toilet, it will smell. And don't think, oh man, I've got something wrong with me, I need to see a doctor. Maybe you do as well, but It means like the water that's gone through the shower and the sink sits in a waste tank, and then that waste water is used to flush the toilet. People are pouring tuna juice down the sink, people are washing up, people are showering and everything like that. So it sits in a tank, it smells, it festers for 4 days, and then you flush the toilet with it. So yeah, that's why it will smell when you're in there. Well, when you're flushing, not just when you're using it. And if you see like a pea or a carrot come through or a bit of sweet corn, you're like, hang on, I did not eat sweet corn. What is going on here? That's just gone through the sink and come through the system, all right? We empty the wastewater every sort of 4 or 5 days as well when we fill up with fresh water. And so when we've completely emptied the tanks, the toilet won't flush. But we'll let you know, and if you're pressing the button and no water's coming through, stop pressing the button because it'll burn out if it's not got liquid going through it. And just, you have to leave what you've done and tell everybody, can't flush the toilet, we need to have it, somebody needs to shower or we need to wash up. All right, but we'll let you know when that's likely to happen, when we've just emptied everything. It's a small bowl, all right? It's a small toilet with a small bowl, but don't be afraid of using it. But when you do use it, hold that button down. There's a black button and you'll hear a loud noise, just like a blender, all right? Hold that black button down until everything has disappeared, and then count to 3, still holding it, okay? Because that means everything's disappeared, but then we need to push it 3 seconds through a pipe into a tank, yeah? So just imagine my smoothie is all chewed, but now we need to get it out, yeah? Then, whilst you're holding it down for that 3 other seconds, give it a scrub out with a bog brush, yeah? We don't want a messy toilet for the next person. There's a bog brush in there, give it a clean. If you think you've blocked it, water's starting to build up, do not reach for the bog brush and start plunging, okay? That just makes a mess, a horrible, horrible mess. It's like a chocolate lollipop or a toffee apple afterwards, yeah? So, if you think you've blocked the toilet, generally, it just needs the water to build up to get weight on it to push it through the blender, yeah? So just keep holding the button down and it'll probably all start going. If you hear the pump struggling, so it's like, and then it's like, that, is it working? That's it, like chewing your stuff up and pushing it through, okay? So that's a good noise, and if you hear that noise, you keep holding that button. And then it'll disappear and it'll go, and then you know it's all gone and it's all done and dusted, all right? That's why they're laughing, because they knew my toilet talk was going to be like this, all right? But if we can make it a fun thing to joke about, then just if you think something's gone wrong, go, Joe, I don't know what's going on, my blender's not working. Just talk to us and we won't come in and embarrass you. We can generally, like, Miles and I can tell you what to do from outside. Generally, you probably just need to hold that button down longer. Obviously, if it's going to overflow, you stop. Yeah? Missed anything with the toilet?
No, I covered it all.
Yeah, cool. Don't be afraid to use it. These are worst case scenarios, all right? And just so that you've got a bit of an idea about how it all works. The toilet and the shower are on the outside of the bus. So between those bunk beds where the 3 girls are at the back, there's a door that leads into Miles's bedroom. Either side of there are the toilet and shower, but they're completely sealed from inside the bus. So your smells won't come inside the bus, and all the condensation and everything from the shower won't come in the bus. So you actually have to go outside, put the steps down. We'll leave them set up when we're at camp to use them. All right, so if you need the toilet when we're driving, you have to say to Miles and myself, hey, I really need the toilet, can we pull over? But if we're about to pull over in 5 minutes time, then we'll be like, oh, can you hold on 5 minutes? But if you can't, you let us know and we'll stop. I know girls have weak bladders. And there's a lot of girls here. The steps, we'll show you how to get the steps down for the toilet and shower. We'll do that later on when we need it. The 4-wheel drive we're going to use a lot on this trip to go along beaches and off-roading and some cool places that we can't get to with a bus. We will use it today as well to get to Wellington Dam, just so we don't have to take the buses right down there. But other than that, it's just got the fridge in the back that you can use for your cold drinks. toilet, shower. Okay, just where stuff goes. So this row here, in line with the fridge on both buses, is group food. All right. So above the fridge, under the fridge, these two boxes is all group food. This row here is Miles's food or driver's food. We've got 2 boxes each. That's for his personal stuff. And then there's 8 of you, and there's 6 shelves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 under Marlon. When you're in the supermarket, you need to grab a cardboard box that'll fit in those shelves, and you put your own groceries for lunch and breakfast in those boxes on these shelves. There are some couples amongst us, so those couples can share a shelf. If there's not space, you have to share together, because there's 6 shelves, 8 people. All right? What's that? Am I talking to Siri? Then here, there's 6 more shelves. That's for your personal belongings. Put things you're going to use regularly on these shelves, like your little backpacks and your toiletries and stuff, because we don't want you always pulling your bags out into the aisle, because everybody needs to walk through. So you can, but try and put it all here, out the way. Again, 6 shelves, so you're going to have to share. There is a nice curtain here that can be used as a changing cubicle. Don't clip it up over here, because then people can't get through. All right? So this just clips up. See you later. Like that. And you girls can get changed in there with a bit of privacy, and people can still walk through. All right? You can just tuck it up out the way like that. Hello. You can tuck it up out the way if you can't be bothered to set it up, but generally you'll all be using it at the same time because you're about to go swimming or something like that. There are privacy curtains on all the bunk beds, and there's curtains here as well that we clip up around those surfboards for the 2 bunk beds at the front as well. So you've got privacy curtains as well. They're just folded up at the moment on the shelf. That's so personal belongings, personal food. Obviously, your personal food, it needs to go in the fridge. We just stack it. Miles and myself will sort of organize it, because you can't just have a corner each, because it just doesn't work. And you just remember what's yours. If you want to write your name on it, you can. There should be pens in here with the cutlery, but generally you know what's yours anyway. Try not to buy too, go overboard for the fridge, because that's got to fit 9 people's stuff. So if you're buying huge things of yogurt, just be, hey, do you want to share? Do you want to do that together? And that sort of thing. Beers, alcohol goes under the front seats, and then the ones you're going to drink tonight or whatever in the car fridge. Any questions? Cool. Gas cooker, gas hob, and grills and oven. To light it, this one doesn't work. That's only when we're plugged into electrical power. So there's 3 gas hobs. You got to push the gas in, and you've got to hold it in, and then you press this clicker, and it will light. You don't need to stand there. Click in, all right? If it's not lighting, it's because you're not holding the gas in. Now, if you push it in, and you let go of the gas straight away, it won't light. Okay, so you've got to hold that gas in, and then hold it in for a few seconds. Basically, there's a thing called a thermocoupling in these cookers, and that has to warm up for the gas to stay alight. It's a safety feature. So if it's not warm, it turns the gas off. Make sense? So you've got to hold that in. Grill and oven are the same. You have to hold it in even longer. Same on the other bus. All right? We don't have a kettle. We don't have a toaster. We don't have a microwave, because they draw way too much power. So we have a kettle that we boil on the stove. We have a grill for toasting, microwave you can boil, or oven. Yeah? I think that's it. All right? Food-wise, I did write it all in an email to you. We do evening dinners together, but as 2 separate buses. So you'll be cooking as 9, we'll be cooking as 9. And then your lunches and breakfasts you sort out yourselves, and you buy that yourselves. We'll stop at supermarkets every 4 to 5 days, but we'll actually be stopping in 3 days in Margaret River, because sometimes there's bigger gaps between supermarkets. So Margaret River, we're going to stock up. So you need to buy lunch and breakfast today for 3 days. Try not to always have stuff you need to cook, because sometimes we're going to be out in the 4-wheel drive for the day. So if you can have some stuff to make sandwiches and things, that's perfect. We'll all put, I think I wrote an email, $100. We used to always do 80, but food prices have gone up. So let's all put $100 into a kitty. We've already done the first shop that cost like 170 each, so we've put ours in already. You guys put in $100 each in cash into, we'll put in a Ziploc bag. We'll keep it above the fridge. That's not money that's going to me and Miles. That's your money, everybody's money for food. So when we do the group shop, when we get to Margaret River, you guys will know each other. So we're going to say to you, hey guys, can you plan 4 more meals? Write a shopping list, take that money, you guys can go and buy it together. All right, but you'll know each other by then. So that's why we did the first one, to make it easy. But then you guys can plan the next 4 meals. You can use that money. If that money runs out, it's because you're buying stuff that's too expensive, and you'll all need to put another $10 in. But generally, $100, if you're careful, you normally get some money back at the end. You share it back out. But it still works out pretty cheap doing it as a group. You know, like 9 people we can buy in bulk, and quite often you're eating for like an evening dinner for like $4 a day or something. So it's pretty good. If you don't have cash on you right now, that's fine. We're going to go to a shopping center so you can do your first 3 days shop, and you can get cash out then. When you come back, we'll put it all into the bag and just make sure there's $800 from each bus. Any questions on food? If you're vegan, vegetarian, or allergies, we will buy equivalents as well. So we'll do, say we're doing a bolognese, we'll buy some, like a veggie bolognese we can make as well. We're not going to argue over, oh, meat's a bit more expensive, and so I want to pay less. We'll all just pay the same, because we'll end up buying like vegan cheese or whatever, which costs twice the price of normal cheese. And so it all works out to be relatively even. So yeah, there's no point arguing over that, but we'll milk as well. There's cow's milk if people want almond milk, soy milk, dairy milk. We'll buy all of them out of the group kitty together. The group kitty will consist of all the evening meals, but also some communal stuff to share, because we don't want 9 bottles of milk. We don't want 9 blocks of cheese. We don't want 9 tomato ketchups and all that sort of thing. So all that sort of condiments we'll buy together as a group, but buy your own bread, buy your own salad bags. We normally buy cucumber and tomatoes. We actually started buying cucumber, tomatoes, and lettuce as a group because it saves so much more space. We found everyone was buying cucumber, lettuce, and tomatoes. So we will buy that as a group as well. But buy your own cheeses, because people want fancy cheese. Some people want gluten-free bread. Some people want normal bread, different wraps. Buy your own yogurts for breakfast and your own cereals and things. But we'll buy milk as a group, and we'll buy mayonnaise and sauces and spices and herbs all together. Any questions on that?
So for today, or the group shop that we're doing now, because you said you guys already did
Yeah.
a group shop. So for example, if I want to make sandwiches, I want to buy lettuce, tomato, stuff. Do I need to buy that now?
No, we'll buy that for the group. Just cucumber, lettuce, tomato. I think, did we buy it? I think we might have forgotten. Yeah, so I'll get that now because we're going to go in as well, and we'll buy those things. But buy your own stuff for lunch and breakfast tomorrow and lunch the next day. 3 days. Are there any vegans, vegetarians? Put your hands up.
I'm veggie.
Veggie, vegan, and
I'm not eating pork.
you don't eat pork?
Yeah.
Okay, so veggie? Okay, are you guys all on my bus? 1, 2, 3, 4, you're on my bus. You're on my bus, 5, 6. So it's only you veggie on this bus? So you guys just need to be mindful of that we've got quite a few veggios. 1, 2, 3, 4 vegan, and then 1 not eat pork. All right?
On this bus?
Yeah.
I'll make it kind of easy that we're on one bus.
Yeah, it does, yeah. No, I'm joking, you can stay. So you just be mindful, you'll probably eat more veggie meals.
I'm happy to eat veggie too.
Yeah, but you could just have to cater, so if you're doing it, we'll be cooking like meat in a separate pan and things like that. All right. Any allergies to anything? No. If you've got any medical conditions we should know about, like if you're diabetic or really bad with asthma or something, come and tell myself and Miles, or if you're happy, tell the whole group, so that if we're not there, somebody knows what to do. Other than that, we're gonna, if there's no questions, we're gonna drive to the supermarket. We're gonna have to park around the back. It's gonna be a little bit chaotic. So when we get there, you guys can go off and do your shop. There's an Aldi, a Coles, and a Woolies. And then if we meet, there's a Woolies and an Aldi right sort of next to each other. Well, just across from each other. In the middle, there's like some benches. We'll meet there once you've done your shop, and we'll all come back together. If you need to go to Kmart or anything while you're in there, do so, because the towns after this are going to get smaller. So hopefully this will take, when we're there, it will take less than an hour, and then we'll all just meet at that area, because you need to come back to the bus with us so we can let you in. All right?
What about water? Do we need to buy water?
You can drink the water from the tap. That's fine. It's always drinking water that we fill up with. Some people think it tastes a bit different because it sits in a tank, and depending on where we fill up, it's different towns, but we always fill it up with potable water. All right. Any other questions?
So is there an ATM where we're going?
There will be, yeah. Or you can get cash out in the supermarket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So $100 each for the kiddie. No other questions? Brilliant. If you do have questions, come and find myself or Miles when you're in the supermarket. But you don't all have to go to the same one. Remember, cardboard box each that's going to fit on your shelf. And then you can put all your groceries in that to carry it back. Yeah? Awesome. If you want shopping bags, there are shopping bags under the sink as well. All right. Grab your seats in this bus and the other bus, and we'll go to the supermarket. Well done.
So stay tuned for the next episode where we're gonna go to Diamond Lake.